John, Lori, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me in your ears. Awesome, I appreciate it.
John and Lori, you can hear me? Nod if you can hear me. John and Lori, you can hear me? Nod if you can hear me. John and Lori, can you hear me?
The sun is rising over the campus of Baylor University for the 116th anniversary Baylor Homecoming Parade, live from 5th Street right here in the heart of campus. I'm Lori Fogelman, John Morris, the voice of the Bears, here with us. Sick 'em Bears! We are thrilled to be here this morning. We could hear the parade getting close from downtown Waco.
Isn't this great? Homecoming parade. There's a lot of folks here. We're right in the heart of the campus. A lot of folks here, but I know along the parade route started in downtown Waco. It's 7 a.m. Central Time, and it's about to reach campus.
And the sun is about to reach us pretty soon as well. But 5th Street has been filling up in the dark. And we are thrilled to be able to bring you this 116th anniversary Baylor Homecoming Parade that is live streamed today. And we're excited that you'll be along for what we know will be another wonderful and fantastic Baylor Homecoming Parade. We will also have alongside with us on the parade route, we have Jason Cook, who is Baylor's Vice President for Marketing and Communications. He's along the parade route, and he will be catching up with President Livingstone. And then we have Julian Humphreys, who's with the Baylor social media team, and she'll be bringing us all the fun and excitement and all the interesting stories of people along 5th Street. We have a lot of other guests who will be joining us, but John, let's go ahead and start with Jason. Jason, you've been at Baylor now for about 9 years, and what is your take on a Baylor homecoming?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's one thing that Baylor does well, and that is homecoming, and what a view of the sunrise coming up. 5th Street lined with generations of the Baylor family here. And homecoming is just the embodiment of everything that's about Baylor. It's about our students, the excellence, the creativity that they have. It's this great sense of community as Waco comes together, as our entire university comes together and just celebrates everything that's green and gold. Couldn't be a better parade weather for us. We're just really looking forward to a great day.
Well, we're glad you're down there.
So, Jason, you can see there with the fountain right behind him.
Yes.
You can tell it's still a little bit dark here. So the sun is coming up, as Jason said. So we'll be in, I think, very brilliant sunlight in just a few minutes. Yeah. But there comes the first entrance and the lead car. So the parade has reached campus.
And we have Julian Humphreys with the Baylor University social media team. And Julian's along the sideline as well. And I know, Julian, you're right there in the middle of everything as we get our lead vehicle coming through the heart of campus. And this is your second year being on the sidelines with us, Julian. We look forward to having you with us this morning. You've already found a few very interesting families, generational families along 5th Street, correct?
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of families here who have been here for 50 years. They're just lining up. They've been here every single year. Their kids are coming. They're bringing their grandchildren, their cousins. Everybody's here. It's so much fun.
All right. Well, we look forward to talking with you and hearing some of the great stories of the Baylor alumni and the Baylor family along 5th Street. And it never would be a parade if you didn't have at the very beginning the Baylor Golden Wave Marching Band. And let's go ahead and take a listen to the Bears coming through today. Well, as the parade gets on campus, let's go ahead and go to Baylor President Linda Livingstone. She has a special homecoming parade welcome for us.
Welcome to the Baylor University Homecoming Parade. I'm Dr. Linda Livingstone, President of Baylor University, and I'm so glad you've joined us for today's homecoming festivities on the Baylor campus. Baylor is home to the oldest collegiate homecoming in the nation. Every year since that first Baylor homecoming in 1909, we welcome home our alumni, students, faculty, staff, parents, and friends to reconnect and catch the Baylor spirit again. Today's parade broadcast is live from 5th Street on the Baylor campus, thanks to the generous support of the Sadie Joe Black Family Foundation. Enjoy the parade, and as always, sick 'em Bears.
Well, President Livingstone and the first gent, Brad Livingstone, in the parade, and we will be talking with them shortly as Jason Cook finds the president along the parade route, and they'll do a little walk and talk, and look forward to hearing from the president this morning. I wonder if she and the first gent got any rest at all overnight.
There's a few sleepless nights, not just last night, but all week. You know, all the preparations for this. But wasn't last night fantastic? The pep rally and bonfire right here last night, and then pigskin, singspiration, all of those things last night.
All of the traditional Baylor University homecoming events. And finally, we have a crisp morning as well as we wait for the sun to come
weather.
up.
Thank you, Lord, for
yes,
that.
we will definitely take it. And also, as we see our Baylor Spirit squads and we see Marigold and Bruiser coming through, we also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that today's Baylor Homecoming Parade is made possible thanks to the generous support of the Sadie Joe Black Family Foundation. Professor Black was an institution on our Baylor campus. She was a faculty member in Family and Consumer Sciences. She passed away in 2010, but John, her presence and her influence continue to be felt by the Baylor family, from endowed student scholarships and academic funds to a garden endowment that enhances the beauty of Founders Mall to support of the Baylor Parade live stream that connects the Baylor family wherever they are in the world. We remember Sadie Joe Black this morning, and we appreciate the generous support of the Sadie Joe Black Family Foundation.
See some of our homecoming court nominees come by. Again, we kind of borrow every convertible within a 100-mile radius, right, for all of these, for the Queen Court nominees. And a cool morning. You mentioned it was cool. I think it's perfect weather. It's 50 degrees right now in Waco, so very nice. Going to warm up. It'll be beautiful for the football game. Kickoff at 11 a.m. at McLean Stadium.
Yeah, we have the first of about 10 balloons, I think, that are in the parade today. And you'll notice this one with our international students and scholar services. There is the Pro Mundo for the World balloon from our Center for Global Engagement. And I think right after that, we have the president. Jason, are you there with President Livingstone? All right. We've got, I can hear Jason talking with President Livingstone. Jason, are you there?
Yes, we've got you, Lori,
Great.
and I'm here with the 15th president of Baylor University, Linda Livingstone. So this is homecoming number 8.
Actually, number 9.
Number nine. So what do you look for every year? What are you looking forward to with homecoming parade?
Well, I love seeing the crowds out and all the people from the community, as well as our alumni and students being here. It's so exciting, so much fun. We love walking the parade.
Now, you've walked quite a bit already through downtown Waco.
Well, we rode the car through downtown, and then we walk when we get on campus. So.
Oh, great. So when your presidency, you've been here, a lot has happened. When you look back, what are you most proud of for the university over the past 8-9 years?
Well, I am so proud of the way that we've built community across our campus. We've added some wonderful facilities to our campus that gets us opportunities to bring people back and just build community among the Baylor family, as well as getting R1 status, really building our global brand. It's been an amazing time at Baylor.
So when you look at people around the country, around the world, Pro Mundo balloon for here we are at Baylor.
Oh, that was awesome.
So what do you want to give some state of the university for people today?
Well, we're doing great as a university. We've got some of the most academically qualified students we've ever had. We've hired amazing faculty. Our Baylor families come alongside us, and we've had record fundraising opportunities, and we just have wonderful support among the Baylor family. So we're excited about the future. We're excited about our new strategic plan, Baylor in Deeds, and look forward to the years ahead.
Well, thank you for joining us. You've got a little stretch of the parade left. You're almost to the finish line.
Awesome. Let's sick 'em Bears.
Sick 'em Bears. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, thank you very much, Jason, and thank you very much, President Linda Livingstone. Got up bright and early, been walking since Austin Avenue and downtown Waco, and very exciting to have the parade continue. And we're about to see the president and the first gent walk by Rosenbaum Fountain, another one of those beautiful spots on 5th Street with, you can still see the green and gold of Pat Neff in front of us. And I hope Pat Neff is just completely green.
That's the goal,
this
right?
evening.
That is the goal.
That certainly is.
And there's the Immortal Flame, certainly a part of Baylor history and was a part of the pep rally and bonfire last night. So the Immortal Flame was recognized on stage, and then that was the flame that lit the bonfire. That was really cool last night.
Yeah, the bonfire was, it felt good last night. It was a little on the cool side, and it was great to have that. So as the parade continues down 5th Street, we also will have Toby Barnett joining us in just a little bit to talk about alumni programs and just the excitement of homecoming. We also want to remind everybody about homecoming at the Herd, which was fantastic last night as it extended with the Family Fall Festival down 3rd Street. And if we could take a look at some of the events that are coming up today, you know, we have the game that starts at 11 a.m. But once the game, before the game is over, once the parade ends, you are welcome to go back over to the Herd Welcome Center. You can, I think they're open till 11 o'clock this morning, so right up to around kickoff. But you can. Food trucks are there this morning till 11 o'clock. You could check out the Forever Down the Years exhibits that are in Carlton Hall. Don't miss the Baylor art exhibit. It's up on the 2nd floor, and it is fantastic, too. And there's another thing, too, for families. There's a sensory room that is hosted by the Baylor Center for Disability and Flourishing in room 215 in the Herd Welcome Center if you need that. And also make sure you pick up your homecoming keepsake poster at the Herd Welcome Center, or you can do that along the parade route right now, conveniently at the Baylor Alumni Parade tent. It's in front of Mars McLean Gym. I think they may have coffee and donuts as well.
Nice.
So I am sure they are quite popular
and
this
I've seen the poster. Have you seen the poster?
Yes.
Really nice.
Hey, you've got your Sailor Bear on. I have my Sailor Bear on, and the poster is Sailor Bear again this year. So get your commemorative poster.
There's Moose Stovall driving one of the cool cars down the street here. 5th Avenue is where we are, 5th Street, right in the heart of the Baylor campus. And a great crowd here as the sun continues to come up. If this was one day later, it'd be sunny already with
true.
The time change coming up tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Don't forget, fall back 1 hour tonight. Turn your clocks back as you get ready for the change. But it'll be nice to have it's kind of hard at 7:15 and it's still black, you know, it's so dark outside. But the Baylor Homecoming Parade continues down 5th Street. We've got, looks like some sunshine that's trying to come through. You can see the beautiful skies right now. They're pink and blue, and it's just a beautiful place to be this morning.
170 entrants in the parade today, 10 balloons. We've seen one of those already. We've seen one of those balloons come through already and plenty more to come. And a real community event, isn't it, Lori? This is Baylor's homecoming, but this is for Central Texans as well.
It is, and we'd love to be able to do this live stream because Baylor alumni and others throughout the world get a chance to catch that Baylor spirit again and to be able to watch from wherever they are as the Baylor Parade comes through 5th Street as it has. You know, it started this morning at 8th in Austin in downtown Waco, made its way down 4th Street. They made a little hitch to get to 5th Street to come straight through to the Baylor campus. And some of the cool things that we're seeing right now come through. This is, you know, we've got our engineering, School of Engineering and Computer Science, and a lot of the great work that they do as that school and program continues to just rocket forward. I guess that's what we just saw that came by. But we're thrilled to be able to bring you the parade this morning on the live stream. We've got another one of the 10 balloons coming through. This one will be representing Baylor's Hankamer School of Business. All right, I'm sure we have a few business alumni along 5th Street.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me hear you. If you're an alumnus of the Hankamer School of Business, let us hear you this morning along 5th Street.
Okay,
All
there
right.
you go.
All right, we heard a few of you out there.
That's
okay.
Nice. You know who's here that we just saw is David Murphy, former Baylor baseball All-American, played for the Rangers, played in the majors, now does great job broadcasting. David's a Baylor dad now, so great to visit with him before we went on the air today.
Yeah, does the Texas Rangers broadcasts as well on television. He's a multi-talented individual. We're glad to call David Murphy one of our own.
We got Baylor alums all over the place. Max Muncy's playing in the World Series again. Game 7 comes up tonight. Ooh, go get him, Max. Parade continues down 5th Street. And you mentioned homecoming at the Herd. What a great sort of central meeting place that is. So many activities in and around the Herd Welcome Center.
You know, if you haven't had a chance to go in there and see that Forever Down the Years exhibit, it is so much fun to see the old sing costumes. You know, we're sing throughout the years, and the different football uniforms, and just all the memories as you go down. It's just it's fantastic. And hey, Toby Barnett with Baylor Advancement and Alumni, if you could hear me, if you could head to the set, we would love to have the opportunity to talk with you. And Toby's on his way here right now.
School of Education well represented. They roll by, and how appropriate is that to have a good old yellow dog, a school bus for the School of Education. Homecoming for Baylor goes back to 1909. Of course, you know that history, the oldest homecoming of any school in the nation. Don't let anybody tell you anything different.
And we don't.
And we don't. 116th anniversary homecoming.
We've got Toby Barnett with us. Toby is Associate Vice President of Engagement and campaign co-director. And right now we see coming through, we see the Baylor Alumni Award winners, Major General Stephen Purdy, Alumnus of the Year, Elizabeth B.B. Sanford, Young Alumna of the Year, Dr. Joel Gregory, Pro Ecclesia Medal of Service, and the Honorable Ed Kincaid, Pro Texana Medal of Service. Thanks so much for being with us, Toby, and what a wonderful alumni banquet on Thursday. We just mentioned the 4 incredible alumni who were honored. What does it say, Toby, about the impact of Baylor University and of Baylor education on students?
Good to see you.
Well,
look, it's
Judge
Ed Kincaid.
Thank you.
Judge Kincaid's a great example. I think as we think about alumni, and what better way to celebrate the significant lives and contributions of our alumni than homecoming and having just a ceremony and a point on the schedule to just really celebrate the impact that they've had since leaving Baylor as a student. And so we're honored to be able to celebrate them and just really pleased with the recipients that we had this year.
You know, we mentioned it goes back to 1909, oldest homecoming in the nation, right? Don't let anybody tell you anything
That's
different.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
But how are we connected, 1909 to 2025?
You know, we have had an uninterrupted, really except during war times, just a tradition of celebrating returning to this campus. And it is, as you think about every home football game is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate our football colors. But homecoming is really the opportunity to have a Super Bowl, an Academy Awards. It is just all of our students participate in many different ways, and it is just a wonderful way to, in the spirit of Samuel Palmer Brooks, come home and rekindle those relationships, not only with fellow classmates, but with students. And one of the great blessings is as you age, you have the opportunity to celebrate baby bears and maybe even grand baby bears. And so as we look up and down the parade route and see that family tradition, it's really very heartwarming.
Yeah, we may find Julian Humphreys along the parade route here in just a little bit because she has found one of those Baylor families that really go down they run the Baylor line. And we would love to have the opportunity to meet them through Julian in a little bit. But here we are, Toby, in the heart of the Baylor campus on 5th Street. But homecoming has extended to other parts of campus now, like the Herd Welcome Center, which is a phenomenal welcoming space here, our front door to campus. How has the Herd Welcome Center transformed not only undergraduate admissions and campus tours, but for Baylor alumni as well?
Oh, absolutely. The Herd Welcome Center is a phenomenal asset for our institution. Just it provides not only just a spot to stop off of I-35 and reconnect with the institution, but even as our admissions program, it has the opportunity to just draw so many people to the institution and showcases what we do well here at Baylor University. Really proud of the displays and just the historic representations that are there in the Herd Welcome Center. It is really impressive. If you hadn't had an opportunity to go through, you'll be reminded of your era and your experience if you'll spend some moments in the Herd Welcome Center this afternoon. So really, really proud of just all the work to make that space ready and welcoming, even if it's not part of your student experience. Once you go through today, I think you'll feel connected and greater connected to the institution.
All right, mentioning your Baylor experience, you were a member of the chamber when you were here. How did that, what do you remember about those days? How did that shape the man that you are today?
Oh, I am so grateful to have had an opportunity to serve with other people that were committed to really just bettering the institution and serving fellow students. A lot of my experiences of homecoming, I felt like I was asleep about this time because I'd been up all night. But no, it is a really fond recollection, just the times of setting up parade cans and sawhorses. And today our students are much more sophisticated and doing a superior job. But those are definitely great times. As a student, learned a lot about how to relate to other people, how to organize projects, and really grateful for those times and just how the university empowered students, and really proud that that's continues to be a big part of student experiences.
Great memories.
Well, the students, yes, you say they may be superior in some of the things that they do now, but they still don't sleep. So, but speaking of students, last February, the Board of Regents officially launched, it was the Extend the Line Scholarship Initiative, and to raise $250 million by the year 2030, and that's for student scholarships. And we want to, of course, ensure that a Baylor education remains accessible and affordable for current and prospective students. So how has the Baylor family, Toby, how have they come alongside Extend the Line so far, and how can we join in this effort to support our students?
You know, our Baylor family is generous. Even being here today in Rosenbaum Fountain, just really heartened to remember him and his generosity. But our Baylor family has done so much to provide for scholarships and really to generously create a welcome mat for future students to say, hey, there is a place for you at Baylor. We want you to be at Baylor University. And really proud of our administration and our regents as they've continued to find ways to make a Baylor education affordable. And as you think about this effort of $250 million, we have already begun to receive gifts to that effort, and we're approaching $100 million. Wow. And so it is a really Baylor people are generous, and many times I think people who have received a scholarship, that is a very significant way to pay it forward. And so it's a great pleasure to work with people who want to make a provision for students through scholarship. And so all it would take is reaching out to us to either set up a scholarship in your name or honor someone, or we would be happy to help you make a contribution to an existing scholarship. But really look forward to that effort being successful, and really proud of the responses that we've already received today.
That's awesome, because the name of it, Extend the Line, is so meaningful to everyone who is connected to Baylor University. So, Toby, thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, it is a great pleasure, and what a great morning to be celebrating Baylor and just all things that we love about Baylor University. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
A lot of fun. Great to see you, Toby.
Good to be with you, John.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Speaking of the Baylor family and generations of Baylor families, we're going to go now to Julian Humphreys, who's along the parade route because she has found one of those Baylor families, and we'd like to meet them now. Are you ready out there, Julian?
Yes. Okay, so I'm here with the Abenstein family. They have been coming here in this exact same spot to Baylor Homecoming Parades for over 50 years. 50 years. That's
Wow.
that's a long time. 80 years. 80 years. I was just corrected. Yes. So they have been coming here. This family has been coming to Baylor since the 30s. Actually, they had 7 siblings here at the same time in the 30s coming here. And yeah, I mean, guys, what is it like coming here every year and just reconnecting with the Baylor family?
It's family, genuinely. This has been a part of our family, intertwined forever. And my mother, who's now in heaven, every year loved this tradition. For my sister and I, it was absolutely a part of what we had to do, what we got to do, what we enjoyed to do. I met my wife at Baylor Law School in the fall of 1999. So many memories here. Now we have our daughter here. She's going to graduate this spring, and she's going to keep coming back every year. And I know my mother is with us in spirit, loves Baylor, pro ecclesia, pro texana, pro mundo. Loves this place, and it's just inseparable from who we are.
Oh my gosh, that's just awesome. And so I need to ask you a question. You've been coming here for a long, long time.
Started with my mother back in the 40s, so I've been here 80 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a long time. So how does it feel for you to see all your family loving Baylor and just loving the tradition that you started?
It is. This is an annual event. This is homecoming, and we love it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I mean, this is literally what Baylor Homecoming is all about. Coming back, starting traditions, continuing traditions, and just coming back home to Baylor. So.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. What a great Baylor story that family is. Love that. Same spot every year. They don't miss the homecoming parade, and they are back in the same spot.
That takes commitment. And, and that's what it says about Baylor, the Baylor family. Once they find that spot, they're going to get there. They had to get there early to be able to do that. Hey.
There's Matt Menard.
Happy birthday, Matt Menard.
So how about this? Matt Menard's birthday today or yesterday? Yesterday.
Oh, you were
Robbie
yesterday.
Rogers' birthday today. So
happy belated birthday.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. What's that? He's older, yes. Well, that goes without saying, Matt. But happy birthday to you guys, the official photographers for Baylor University. So great to have those guys as the parade continues around the Rosenbaum Fountain right here in the heart of campus. And you see a lot of these trucks and cars that go by and the floats, and they're throwing candy. And this comes the morning after Halloween.
Oh.
So that's I'm thinking a lot of kids have a pretty good stash of candy about now.
I bet they do. You know what was one thing that Baylor wanted to do was to be able to extend homecoming at the Herd down 3rd Street in between the Russells and Truett Seminary, go in front of Moody Memorial Library, and have a fall festival along with trick-or-treating. Plus, President Livingstone and the First Gent were outside of Sid Richardson building yesterday, giving away full-size candy bars.
Full-size candy bars.
And let me tell you, it was extended.
Oh, really?
The line was extended around the building. And you know what? I do think, do we have our first place float coming by?
There it is.
All right.
In the distance.
And we've got, I think Julian Humphrey will be alongside this winning float.
Now that's a lot of work. That goes without saying. The moving parts and everything on this one.
Yeah, congratulations to Pi Beta Phi and Phi Kappa Chi. This is a tale as old as time, that good old Baylor line.
Love it.
And Julian Humphreys back on the parade route. She's got the parade chair, and we're going to take some time here to take a look at this fantastic first place float. Julian.
Yeah, I mean, it's super impressive, guys. Good job. We can see why you guys won. So here's a couple questions for you guys. So what is the inspiration around your float? Yes. Take it away.
You got it.
Perfect. Well, we are both seniors, and so we really just wanted to reflect on our childhood, and we think that homecoming is such a sweet time to just reflect on each other's stories. And so looking back, finishing our education, it's cool to look back at all these stories that meant so much to us as a kid as we're wrapping up this chapter of our lives.
Oh, that's so sweet. As a senior, homecoming is a very sentimental time. So another question. This is also, I mean, a lot of details, a lot of like sentimental details. So if there's one thing that you wish everybody could see and really pay attention to on your float, what would it be?
I would say the mix of how mechanically hard it was to build, but also just the artistic detail and the intentionality of what we picked to put on this float, the stories we picked. It just felt like a perfect bridge, not one dominating the other. So it's cool that we got to bring this to life, kind of tap back into our childhood like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I know I was a former Baylor student, so I know like late nights are coming by Common Grounds, Chick-fil-A, you know, maybe a Taylor Swift song in there. So what is one thing that you guys did like every single time y'all did a float?
Quick Trip. Lots of caffeine from the gas station. That was kind of our tradition. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much. This is such an amazing float, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, again, congratulations to Pi Beta Phi and Phi Kappa Chi with their first place winning float. We got a good look at it. Thank you so much, Julian, and the opportunity to hear a little bit more about the amazing detail. Their storybook-themed float brings childhood favorites to life, including a spinning magic treehouse, a hungry caterpillar, and even President Linda Livingstone driving the magic school bus down 5th Street.
There.
Love
and Boo
it.
is there. So President Livingstone, look at the bus. And Brad and Boo driving the bus. Well done. And that's the first place float this year.
Yeah, celebrating the nostalgia of childhood and the joy of coming back home.
All right, we've seen the winning float. We've heard from President Livingstone. We visited with Toby Barnett. What are we missing that we haven't identified in this parade yet? A Baylor Bear Parade, Lori.
I think we are missing the Bears. And here's a special welcome this morning from two very special members of the Baylor family, Judge Indy and Judge Bell.
Hey, isn't that great? So they'll be out today in the bear habitat till 6:30 this evening, and then tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 6:30 also. You know they have their own Instagram account.
Of
course they do.
Yes,
Baylor
they do.
Bear Habitat. So you can follow Judge Indy and Judge Bell, as my wife Terry does religiously with those. And gosh, aren't they getting big?
They are. And you know what's really amazing about them is Judge Indy, who was named in recognition of Baylor's original campus in Independence, does a right pod Sikkim. And then Judge Bell, who was named as a nod to the McLean Carillon that chimes atop Patton F. Hall, she is left pod. And that's the way Joy and Lady were. Joy was right pod, and we always remembered if we saw that left paw up in the air, we knew it was Lady. So it was left Lady, and so we always knew that. And I love that's a nod to our longtime Bears and Joy and Lady with Judge Bell and Judge Indy again out in the habitat till 6:30 tonight, and again tomorrow from 9 to 6:30. And we are really thrilled to be joined now with Cheryl Gotchis, who's Vice President for Human Resources and Chief Human Resources Officer. Cheryl, this is a special homecoming for you. Because
Yes.
35 years ago,
Oh.
I know, I'm sorry I had to say that, but that's the context.
She's leading with this.
All right.
She's leading with it.
I
Oh,
know.
my.
But you were on the homecoming court, and in
was.
fact, you supplied us with a photo.
Oh.
And let's see if we can take a look at
Lot of
Cheryl
hair.
Gotch's from
A lot of hair in that
19
picture, I feel sure.
1990. Yeah, do we have that photo? But while we do that, what were some special memories of that particular
There it is.
day?
There it is.
There you go. There's Cheryl on the
yes.
homecoming.
All my hair right here, like Carol says. You know, it was such a special homecoming, of course, at that time. I had come to Baylor from El Paso, long way from home, and just loved it here. Found friends, and really friends that became family. And so that was just kind of the crowning moment, really, was to do that. I was on with another one of my sorority sisters. She was the queen, and it just was a wonderful experience.
I bet it was, and I'm sure just being here on Fifth Street, you probably just feel the same
It is memorable, but now we have the beautiful fountain.
Yes.
We
True.
didn't have that at
And-
that point.
True. And 35 years ago was just yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, let's not worry about the number.
No,
it's just
true,
35,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But homecoming's also been a family affair for
Yes.
you, and
Yeah.
if you walk across campus, you really feel the reality of the Baylor family, and you know, that's special for y'all, for the Gotch's family.
It's always been very special. I haven't missed a homecoming yet, and we always come to the parade, and so we bring our kids. I remember our favorite part was going right by Waco Hall where all the floats were,
Right.
and letting them get on the floats. And actually, I remember our first parade after we came back from China, after adopting our daughter, and just having her here and thinking, this is where you're supposed to be. This is good. And so seeing her, she was on the dance team for 4 years, and so seeing her in the parade after being here just at such a young age is just a very special, very, very special.
Well, I always looked for Hannah
Oh.
whenever they were performing, and she's just graduated?
She's in graduate school here
My
at Baylor,
goodness.
yes.
Talk about time flying.
Time does fly.
Well, Cheryl, during the week, you wear a different hat. You've got your
Yes.
human resources hat on, and this fall the university has received a lot of great national recognition for its workplace, and one of those was attaining the elite honor roll status as a great college to work for.
Yes. Yeah.
But this year's recognition was quite impressive. What makes Baylor stand out this year as a great college to work for?
Yes, I think the thing that was so exciting for all of us in human resources, but the university as a whole, is this year, for the first time in our history, we scored honor roll status in all 10 categories that great colleges have. And so our great colleges consultant, he told us you're in rarefied air, really, when you look at this and the employment experience. So we felt so grateful for that recognition. Our employees were excited about it, and our HR team really works hard on doing that.
You know, I think Baylor was one of only 3 universities
One
in the
of 3.
country who were 10 for 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's because of faculty and staff surveys, too.
That's right. That's right. Faculty and staff participate in the survey, and we thank them for that, because it wouldn't really give us the good information we need if we didn't have that. Then our leadership works on that feedback, and so we're so grateful to the deans and vice presidents for helping us utilize that data.
And Cheryl, tell us about making the Forbes list for the best employers for women. Also, you got to be really proud of that.
We were really proud of that, and that was something that was very special because we didn't apply for it.
Oh.
They recognized us,
Wow.
and we were very surprised but very, very honored, and it really recognized numerous benefits that we put in place for our women employees, and again, just a nice recognition when you're not expecting it. It was
Sure.
great.
And then let's just keep going.
Let's go.
We have the top 100 best adoption-friendly workplaces,
Yes.
as ranked by the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, and then #1 across the country in the education sector. So I cannot think of a ranking that aligns so much with Baylor University and
Yes.
and its Christian mission, and I know it resonates very strongly with you as well.
It does. As I mentioned, we're an adoptive family, and putting the adoption policy and parental leave in place was just such an amazing thing I think for us to do, but then to be recognized first time ever as number one in higher education. And so we're proud of that. That really accompanies the leave that we give with our adoption benefit. And it's just been, it's been a wonderful year.
Well, thanks for being with us. And
Absolutely.
Thanks for sharing that picture.
Wow.
And tell Rich thanks for letting you share that picture.
I know. I was like, it's just the two of us, me and my hair. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
So
great.
there we
So
are.
you were tried out, is that right?
I was a tried-out.
Sing, pigskin,
Sing,
all the good
pigskin,
things.
All the good things. And I would say this year's show is amazing.
I was going to ask you, so how does it compare to when you were in school to the shows now?
Every single person on that stage dances and sings better than me. And so hooray for that. But yeah, it's a great show this year. And so really proud of these great groups and the floats that they do. We're so proud of our student organizations and how well they do.
Final performance of Pigskin comes up tonight, so there's still an opportunity.
Yeah, and in fact, it's sold out.
Oh, wow.
But tickets to the live stream of the 7 o'clock performance tonight are available for purchase online until 5 o'clock today. The ticket is $21, and when you buy a ticket, they will send you the live stream link, and you can watch Pigskin at 7 o'clock from the comfort of your home.
That's good.
Nice.
Wherever you happen to
Very
be.
nice.
But tickets are available on the Student Activities ticket website, and you don't want to miss the opportunity to see Pigskin. And like today's parade live stream, the Pigskin live stream is produced by our friends with Clever Guys Media. So we look forward to that. Cheryl, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Happy
Happy
homecoming.
You too. Thank you.
All right, and we're going to go to Jason. Jason Cook is going to join us on the set. It's just like, it's a tag team. So there goes Cheryl. Here comes Jason.
What a great opportunity to have Pigskin live stream available. I mean, folks outside the area who might not be here, they can tap in and sit, like you said, in the comfort of their home and watch it tonight.
Yeah, tickets, Pigskin tickets, when those go on sale, just like Sing tickets,
Really
you gotta be ready. But that's a wonderful option to be able to enjoy one of another one of those wonderful Baylor traditions, but to be able to do that wherever you just happen to be. Jason, thanks for joining us.
Good to see you, Lori. Great to be back up here on the big stage.
Yeah,
the big stage.
We're so glad that you were able to catch up with President Livingstone and got to hear so many great things that are happening about Baylor. The trajectory of this university. But I think what I loved more than anything was that there was a big Pro Mundo balloon right before the president started walking down Fifth.
Lori, we didn't have any inclination of what a big move that was going to be. And anytime you change a university motto that had been around for so long with Pro Ecclesia, Pro Texana, but the campus and the Baylor community has really latched on to Pro Mundo, and it's really said, hey, our university really does have a worldwide impact, and let's lean into that. And the students, the faculty, the staff on our campus, it's just been a wonderful addition, and to see the balloon lead off the parade this year just made it extra special.
It did. So from Waco to the world, but let's focus back on our community here in our hometown of Waco. One thing that we have seen since April is this focus on concerts at Foster Pavilion and at McLean Stadium. It's been so fun to see Forrest Frank and Lauren Daigle and Tucker Wetmore and Ty Myers and Jeff Dunham. Did I hit them all? And then the boys from Oklahoma as well. But what do concerts mean? We love them for their entertainment value. But what do concerts mean not only to Baylor, but also to the city of Waco and the greater Central Texas area?
Well, live music just really brings so much energy and excitement to communities. It's a signal that our community is vibrant. There's things to do here. And we've really been intentional trying to bring different types of music and people and alums with Forrest Frank and Jeff Dunham talking to here at Homecoming. But looking at what can we do to really enrich the Waco community. And then with Foster Pavilion, just sitting there for half the year, basketball coming up on Monday for the men, obviously. But how can we utilize these incredible facilities that we have, whether it's Foster Pavilion or McLean Stadium, and really bring some a gift to the Waco area, but also Central Texas?
You know, as we saw with the first concert with Forrest Frank at Foster Pavilion, we learned that's a premier concert venue, and because it's like a concert hall,
yes,
the way that it is set up, and it's a game changer, Jason, when it comes to A-list performers who want to come and play here. You know, I think we turned a few heads, right, with the boys from Oklahoma at the McLean Stadium in August, and then the continued concerts at Foster Pavilion.
For all the reasons that Foster Pavilion is a great basketball venue with just the intimacy, the closeness of the fans, the acoustics and the loudness of the arena, it's that much better for concerts. And the fans are just right on top of the stage. In fact, Lauren Daigle, she was here for Family Weekend. When she walked off the stage, she was just beaming and said, "I love this room."
Wow.
And she just felt I was there with the fans. So it's a great concert venue for the artists, but it is for the fans as well. And the great thing about it is, comparison to Dallas, Fort Worth, or Austin, you can come to Waco, see national touring artists, and you don't have to fight the traffic either.
Yeah, yeah. So let me ask you, outdoors at McLean Stadium,
Yes.
the boys from Oklahoma, to me, wildly successful. Safe to say that will lead to other opportunities like that?
Yes, you bet. You always got to look what's next,
Right,
right?
right,
It's a
right.
great thing if people are asking what's next, but we're hoping that we can do a major concert at McLean Stadium every year.
Nice.
Whether that's in the May or August time frame. So it just brings people who are not Baylor people to our campus, and what a great way to show them everything what Baylor's about.
All right. We also have Hudson. You know, what's next? Hudson, Texas country sensation, Hudson Westbrook, April 24th at Foster Pavilion. Get your tickets now.
Tickets went on sale yesterday to the general public. They're moving fast. And what a great opportunity to give back and give a big stage, a big platform to somebody from Texas. So come support our hometown state.
Baylor.edu/tickets. Really easy to remember. Or concerts, excuse me, Baylor.edu/concerts, and that's where you can find the concert tickets. One thing that we need to do right now is John Morris, the Chris Schenkel award-winning voice of the Bears, has some additional duties as assigned,
Like
right?
a football game?
Yes, and a
Yeah.
pregame show.
Terry, my wife, said, is this in your job description? And I said, I'm not sure what my job description is. But one of them is a football game and a broadcast, and we've got a pregame show that takes to the air Baylor Alumni Tailgate Show, appropriately enough, 2 hours before. So I'm going to leave this with you two, and I'm going to take off across the river, and I'll see you when you get over there at McLean Stadium.
Well, John, is there a limo or a police
It's
escort
not.
to get you to McLean Stadium?
If I'm lucky, there's a golf cart. So.
Maybe a gator.
But isn't this fun? Thanks for allowing me to be a part of this. It's so fun. Baylor does homecoming better than anybody, you know, and it's just so fun to be right here and be in the middle of it. So very fun. Thank you.
Great. Well, take us across the finish line and cap a wonderful homecoming weekend for Baylor University.
We need that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, your job is to call a victory tonight.
I'll do my
Okay?
part.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks, John. And as John wraps up here, we're going to welcome in Dr. Shara Hines. Shara is Vice President for Student Life at Baylor, and we've got a lot to talk about with you, Shara. There's a lot going on in student life. We see a lot of student life going by us right now with all the student organizations and the amazing floats, and we're just glad to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me. What a joy to be here.
So, Shara, this is first homecoming as a Vice President for Student Life, but certainly not your first homecoming here at Baylor.
No. I arrived in 2020, and so I've seen several homecomings. I think this is one of the most beautiful. This feels like homecoming weather, to see all these faces, and to see it from this vantage point has really been sweet.
Wow, we're looking here at a float here, and the creativity and the scope and scale of the floats this year are just off the charts.
I
But,
agree.
give us an idea of the tremendous amount of student involvement that goes in to put together homecoming for our alumni.
It ranges from those who are here just watching and observing and taking it all in to those that have been behind the scenes for literally almost a year. We begin planning for the next homecoming next week. And so when you think about the students, the Baylor Chamber of Commerce, and so many others, so many of our fraternities and sororities that come together for float, and then pigskin and sing that leads to pigskin, these traditions are cemented because of our students. And so it's such a joy to see the culmination of so much hard work.
Yeah, share of that float that we see coming by. That was the one of the third place floats. Delta, 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 and Sigma Chi. Are we home yet? And I think it's a great representation of where Baylor students come from.
Yeah.
All 50 states and more than 100 countries.
Yeah, all over the world. And that's one of my favorite things about being at Baylor is that you get to interact with people who are different from yourself and learn from them both in the classroom and outside the classroom. And so it's a really wonderful thing to see that represented sort of pictorially through that float. So, and I heard last night announced at the pep rally that this year's competition was fierce. They said that the points were really tight, and so it was probably just by a hair that one float beat out another. But it's really great to see their talent.
I think it was so tight that you had a first place winner, a second place winner, and third place has a tie.
Had a tie.
So I'm glad they just decided, you know what, we're gonna honor both of those.
That's right.
I think
That's
it's the
right.
fair
It's
way to
great.
do that.
Yeah, Shara, U.S. News and World Report ranks Baylor as number 4 in the country in first-year student experiences. What goes into that? And it's not just about the first year; it extends on as well. So, what does that entail? Unpack that for us.
That is, to me, it's a signature part of Baylor in terms of that first year. And I like to think about it as building that strong foundation for students. From the moment that they're accepted, we begin, and really even prior to that, with events like Premier and other recruiting events, we try to signal to students that there's something special about this place. But that specialness really happens because of the way students engage. From the moment they arrive on campus, they're actively involved. And in our residential communities that are intentionally planned to capitalize on their growth and development, and then set them up for the next several years to lead and grow and learn and live out our mission. We really take seriously the mission of creating men and women for worldwide leadership and service. And that starts even before they're a first-year student, but for sure through that first year.
Certainly. So we talk about first-year experiences, and I'm thinking back here, not first-year experience, but I want to know what's going on with Indian Bell. How are they doing?
Oh, they're doing so well. In fact, I saw an update the other day saying they were almost 300 pounds each.
300 pounds.
300 pounds.
Wow.
They've definitely put on some good weight, and they're really thriving. We miss Judge Lady deeply, and that was a really hard thing last year when she passed. The students who have cared for her through lots of health challenges, I think it was particularly hard for them. But to have Indian Bell here and be fully integrated into our campus and our community, it's just a great joy. And so I'm sure they're going to be out lots this weekend for those who are here visiting to see them and see how much they've grown and how their personalities continue to develop.
Well, it is great bear weather outside.
It is.
So.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
That's right. I'm going to go find a den somewhere and take a nap, I think.
I might need one, too.
I think a lot of people will be taking a nap after the football game.
That's
right. We love a traditional parade.
Yeah.
We love everything about homecoming. But Baylor has some really unique special traditions, and one of those coming up is All University Thanksgiving. It is November, by the way.
It is.
Today. So tell us about All University Thanksgiving and how special that is.
Yeah, the Baylor Student Foundation is the student organization that plans our All University Thanksgiving. And that's a night that is just focused on gratitude and community and coming together. And we have so very much to be thankful for. And so to me, it's a culminating evening where the president and first gent come. We pardon a turkey. It has a lot of traditional elements to it. But to me, it's really one of those signature moments where we fill Fountain Mall with tables. It feels like a big family Thanksgiving dinner.
It does. When you look at the photos, you go, my goodness.
I know. I know.
You want to be there,
That's
and
right.
you want to experience that. And that's a special part of Baylor University. And hey, hang with us, Dr. Hines. But right now, we're going to head over to the parade route with Julian Humphreys. Julian.
Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm here with all my new best friends. They have been here since how early?
5 o'clock.
Okay, so they've been here earlier than I've been here. And they are, I mean, you guys are all so excited. How excited are you guys on a scale of 1 to 10? 5. 5? No, how about, okay. 9 to 10?
Probably a 10.
10. What about you?
Good answer.
5.
A 5. Okay, what about 5 times 2? 10. Say 10.
10.
Yes, exactly. And they're just all hanging out here, I mean, waiting for all the candy to come by. I've been asked for candy like a couple times now. So are you guys so excited for the football game?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I went to the football.
Oh, okay, what is y'all's favorite thing about the football games?
I've never been to one, so.
Oh my gosh, is this your first time going to a game? Are you so excited? Oh my gosh, this is cool. This is your first time going too? Oh my gosh, it's literally the best time ever.
Second time.
Your second time? I mean, we have a whole bunch of future Bears right here, guys. I mean, this is just how it is all on the flow or on the parade route. It's just everybody all excited. All the kids waiting for candy and just chatting and all excited about future Baylor. So.
That's right, future Bears. Thank you very much, Julian. And Dr. Hines, there's some future Bears for you right there.
I love it. Let's go. Let's keep them coming back time and time again.
Yeah. Well, the other big tradition coming up is Christmas on 5th, I believe, as well. And that's on December 4th.
Yes.
So
yeah. We celebrate Christmas in every single way. It's amazing. And if you haven't made plans to attend that event, please come. It's such a joy, and it's a real joy to be at an institution where Christmas is unapologetically celebrated. I love it. And that night has something for everyone. So if you haven't been, make it a priority to come.
Yes, indeed. And Lori, it looks like we have another signature float here right in front of us coming up.
Yeah, and now it's kind of funny that you would say a signature float because that kind of looks like what it is.
Yes.
Right?
Looks a little bit like an ice cream shop.
We may need a little bit of ice cream to get us going for some sugar for the football game in a few minutes. Very nice.
And don't forget about pigskin tonight, too. Even after the football game. We're not done at the end of that football game.
So sugar or caffeine.
That's
all
right.
So Dr. Hines, how many events over this homecoming week have you actually been to?
I don't know. I don't keep count. That way I don't get as tired if I don't keep count. But it's really been fun to be there at so many different events. The Royal and Pure Stroll-Off last night was filled with energy and joy. And then to walk out from that event and come straight into the extravaganza and the pep rally and the bonfire, all of those things were so filled with joy. I do think probably my favorite homecoming event is mass meeting.
Yes.
Because it really captures for me the spirit of this place and the Immortal 10 and how we remember those young men becomes a really important invitation to students from our community to understand that they have both an opportunity and a bit of a responsibility to carry the Baylor spirit within them. So that's an important event, and I think a beautiful one to launch us into homecoming weekend. But homecoming is really a full week.
Yes.
It starts on Monday. I got to go to Vertical this year on Monday night, which to begin the event with the week with Vertical was really special.
And these are foundational experiences. It's not just to come and do an event. These are foundational as part of our student development, and
That's
they
right.
build and stack upon each
That's
other
right.
as well.
That's right. And we what is really amazing is the way that they build year over year, because as a first year student, you're likely not in some of the events. You're more just experiencing the events. But as an upper division student, even beginning as sophomores, so many of them are in the events, and they're
Right.
helping to program them and sort of perpetuate the experience year over year. And so it's really amazing to watch that happen and see those first year students get immediately integrated into participating.
Another tradition, Dr. Pepper.
Oh, thank
Dr. Pepper
goodness.
float.
Look at this.
I know.
Dr. Pepper
Delivered
on stage.
right
That's
to
it.
us. So kind. And we might need it. We
Yes,
might
we
need
may.
it today.
What
So
great
fun.
partners, our friends at the Dr. Pepper Museum here in Waco, the birthplace of Dr. Pepper, and what a great tradition and relationship that we have between two great brands,
Yes.
Dr. Pepper and Baylor
That's
University.
right. That's right.
And as
Hand
you
in
always
hand.
say, where else can you, on any other college campus, get a free ice cream float on every Tuesday afternoon during the school year?
With Dr. Pepper Hour. You
Yes.
bet. What a
Here.
recruiting pitch. We're going to need to use that more.
You should do a Dr. Pepper Hour tour and take it on the road.
We should.
Oh, that is great.
Well, Shara, we appreciate you joining us today, and such fun with the Baylor Homecoming Parade here, and love the sun finally coming up, and we have so much more to go today, and the next thing will be, I guess you're going over to the stadium.
Of course.
Lining up the Baylor line.
Yes.
Are they ready to
yes.
go this
I
morning?
think they are. They are. And they'll be there in force. They're getting some free breakfast this morning delivered to the Baylor line section. And so we really are excited for a good running of the line today and a great kickoff to our homecoming football game. And really just a great joy to support our team and those students who are out there week over week battling it out on our behalf, representing the best of Baylor. So can't wait to see that run and then to see those students fill the student section and cheer right to the end of the game. That's really what we need today. We need them to stick with us,
Yes.
fight through the tired. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do
That's
it.
right.
Well,
That's
Shara,
right.
kudos to you and your team and to the students for how everyone has come together to prepare our campus this week, to welcome our alumni and our friends back for homecoming, and just a wonderful experience. It would not be possible, Baylor Homecoming, without the Baylor Chamber of Commerce and so many student orgs
Yes.
coming together.
Yes.
It's just speaks volumes about the Baylor family and who we are.
Yes, yeah, and those students, the chair of the homecoming experience this weekend from Baylor Chamber of Commerce is a student named Bethany Spur, and she's been a marvel to watch. And we have a brand new advisor to Chamber, Dr. Austin Smith, who has learned so much in preparation for his first homecoming, and Jordy Dickey, our director of student activities, just come alongside those students as they prepare for and execute this experience. And I'm so immensely proud of them and so grateful for all that they do. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Look, here comes the Christmas on 5th.
All right, there you go.
Balloon.
That's right.
You know, that's a. But we always have to remind ourselves it's Christmas on 5th Street.
That's right.
Because
Not
it's
on the 5th
December
of
4th.
December. That's
so
right,
We have
that's
to,
right.
The street is a really important thing to say. But it's great to be able to celebrate the coming season with the Christmas in the air. It kind of feels like holiday season today, and we look forward to that very special tradition on our Baylor campus. You are watching the live stream of the Baylor University Homecoming Parade, the 116th anniversary parade of this great tradition at Baylor University. We'd love that you are able to watch wherever you happen to be in the U.S. or around the world. We have Baylor alumni and families who join us and have a little taste of home wherever they may happen to be today.
Yeah, Laura, you were talking about Christmas on 5th, and what a great opportunity to celebrate Baylor traditions. Then through Christmas, we have a pretty good Christmas ornament program in place. And in fact, Christmas ornaments just came on sale not too long ago. And so Christmas on 5th was actually one of our traditions. We spotlighted through the ornaments a couple of years ago. And this year is actually about the good old Baylor wine.
And the traditions ornaments, they're exactly what they say. They honor the connection of the Baylor family to our Christian heritage during the Christmas season. And you will want to add this 2025 ornament to your collection because it features the cherished and familiar opening lyric from our school song, that good old Baylor line. They are $38 for the 2025 ornament, or you can get some of the limited edition single ornaments as well. You can do $250, and you get the legacy set, and you get a hanger with that. And you can brighten your home at Christmas or give a gift to a special bear. Remember, a portion of your gift is tax deductible. Proceeds support university priorities and projects that most impact our students here at Baylor. So make sure that you head on over to, I think it's baylor.edu/ornaments.
Sounds good.
Okay, but you'll be able to find the Baylor Traditions ornament. I have every single one of them, and so I had to buy a bigger miniature tree to get all of my Baylor ornaments on there. And I love it because I want to spotlight certain ones, and I find out I want to spotlight every single one of them. It's a wonderful tradition started at Baylor. And we've got Julian Humphreys. She is coming to us on the set now after being alongside the parade route. What fun today along the families and the kids and getting a chance to see that first place float up close. What was that like to be that close to that award-winning float that we saw?
I mean, they just put so much effort into it, and you can really tell. I mean, just the details, like the giant book had like writing and intricate like drawings and stuff on it, and it's so impressive because I mean, they're full-time students. You know, they're not taking time off of classes to do it. They're doing it on top of their homework, on top of like pigskin, on top of like everything, and so it's super impressive. And I mean, all the floats that have come by have just been, I mean, awesome and incredible. So.
They did look a little tired when you were interviewing them on the street this morning.
Oh, yeah, no, they definitely looked like they had been spending all of their nights decorating parade floats.
Well, in fact, we have another float coming forward, and you talk about the intricate details that goes into this, and I just can't imagine the months and months of planning. But then also you have two student organizations on some of these coming together, trying to get everyone centered around a theme, working together, the creativity, the mechanics behind so much of this. It is quite an impressive ordeal.
I think this one is Alpha Chi Omega and Kappa Sigma with the great barrier reef.
Oh, very clever there. I'm impressed.
Yeah, so they dive into an adventure with the Great Barrier Reef. They've got a glowing submarine crew exploring the ocean floor on their treacherous journey to claim a legendary golden football, the shining symbol of enduring Baylor pride. They sweep past the seaweed-covered ruins of Patton F. Hall and a long-lost shipwreck. Gosh, you see bubbles and coral and sea creatures all in motion. It celebrates what it means to be a Baylor Bear and proof that even under the sea, the Baylor spirit shines bright.
Even a moving propeller at the end of that submarine. So the details, wow, just very impressive.
Again, we continue on with the Baylor Homecoming Parade on 5th Street in the heart of the Baylor University campus. Our friends from Church Under the Bridge, led by another Baylor alumnus in Jimmy and Janet Dorrell, and the wonderful work that Mission Waco does in our community.
What's very impressive about Church Under the Bridge, right across from campus, underneath 5th Street, and it's a great service for our community here in Waco. but what we have seen are so many students go Church Under the Bridge and support as well. So it is one of those things that really, Church Under the Bridge, it's a physical bridge, but it really bridges Baylor and the Waco community and so many of our people who live here. What a tremendous service.
You know, when you're talking about bridging Waco and different communities, and that's what's fun about a Baylor parade too, is we welcome in a lot of community members are a part of this. It's, in fact, one of those coming by right now. Is that the Midway State Champions? Is that who we see? Yes. All right. We've got our Little League Softball Texas West State Champions. Congratulations, Midway. Well done.
That's the one thing. It's Baylor. You see a lot of Baylor floats, Baylor student organizations at the front of the parade, and particularly with a kickoff at 11 o'clock today, we have to front load them at the start of the parade because we need to get the band over to McLean Stadium. We need to get the Spirit Squads over to McLean Stadium. But now we're starting to see so many of our community partners, teams, clubs, come into play, and what an opportunity to showcase them and give people who aren't here in Waco on a daily basis an opportunity to see what our community is about.
And Jason, one other thing I want to talk to you about, speaking of just things that energize campus and you know, that allow us to move into new frontiers, if you will, of higher education, and that is an investment in esports here at Baylor. And you know, I was checking out our varsity esports team and how well they are doing in Rocket League and some of the other games that I know they could just, you know, we couldn't compete even if we tried. Even I think we couldn't even compete just trying to sit down and put a headset on and start to play. But why the investment at Baylor University in esports? Why does something like that matter to today's students?
Well, it started out as an opportunity to recruit students for our School of Engineering and Computer Science, and growing that school is a key component of Baylor Indeeds, which is our strategic plan. But it's become so much more than that. And what we found is that a lot of people don't understand esports, and particularly parents. Is it okay for my son or daughter to want to play video games? But there's a tremendous sense of community that brings students together, and over 90% of high schoolers and college students are playing some sort of gaming. And so we thought for us to be a Christian university, we have an opportunity to shine a light in the field of esports, and it's been quite successful, quite tremendous. We started our first competitive esports team this year and ranked in the top 10 in Rocket League, so it's quite impressive.
It is, and Julian, you and I office close to each other over in Clifton Robinson Tower, and we have the coach and director of esports, Adam Stanley, right in between us. And one thing that Adam said, who is a Baylor alumnus through Truett Seminary. We joined the university last spring as a director of esports, head coach of the varsity team, and advisor for Baylor's club team, which is OSO Esports. But Jason, he developed Bruton Parker College in Georgia into a national esports powerhouse. But he said in an interview, and I love this quote from him, "I believe today's new world of esports and competitive gaming culture can be a powerful tool for students to thrive socially, emotionally, academically, competitively, and spiritually." I mean, he is just unique, but look what he's already done with the players who've come into Baylor and how successful they are. But he is putting them in a position to be the whole person as a student athlete at Baylor.
Well, I'm sorry we weren't able to figure out how to get esports in the Baylor Homecoming Parade today, but we did have them at the Homecoming at the Herd yesterday as we welcomed our alums back to the Marco Polo Herd Welcome Center, and the Herd Center will be open this morning. If you want to stop by, get some food trucks on your way to McLean Stadium, and a quick drop off as you cross the pedestrian bridge over the Brazos River.
Yeah, because the homecoming at the Herd continues at the Herd Welcome Center on Saturday until 11 o'clock. And in fact, can we show the slide of the food trucks that are available this morning? As soon as you finish with the parade here, if you want to head up Fountain Mall and go down 3rd Street and hit Dutton Avenue, you'll be able to find those food trucks. And there are several of those that are available today. You know, you can get a breakfast taco, you can get a cup of coffee, you can get all different kinds of food over there. I think is
donuts.
Beachies, I think, is there. And oh my gosh, I think that may have been the best donut I've ever eaten in my entire life. And that's saying a lot.
Yes, you bet, you bet. So, Julie, you were on the parade route this morning. You were at the Herd Center yesterday. What has impressed you so far as you've talked and interacted with people and kind of shared the Baylor story, not only through the parade broadcast today, but through our social media efforts?
Yeah, I mean, just the enthusiasm of everybody. I mean, I'm an alum, so I went to Baylor, I graduated from Baylor, and I grew up going to the parade, and I mean, I've been here for a long time, and I'm still excited to come back and seeing the same energy with just everybody. Like, everybody you talk to, little kids, you know, people who are bringing their grandchildren or their children, and everybody has the exact same enthusiasm. Everybody's so excited just to come back, to engage with everything, to show their friends, their family, you know, Baylor's campus, and, you know, oh, this is where, you know, me and my friends always used to hang out in between classes, or like, this is my building, and just the, like, love everybody has for Baylor is just so much fun, and everybody has it, so.
Well, the neat thing about the homecoming parade is we're able to pack so much of the Baylor story into a couple of hours. But, you know, when you look at social media, it really is a great way to stay connected with the university 365 days a year.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we had a photo of you, because I understand there is one of you somewhere out there, but you're just a little tyke on the Baylor parade route.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere on someone's Facebook, years back, little Julian is downtown wearing all Baylor gear, holding Shipley's hot chocolate probably somewhere.
I wish we had that photo. We've got to get it next year.
I know, next year we'll find it. I'll dig through Facebook and find it.
You know, and you also have a really unique role at Baylor in working with the Baylor social media team. So you've been hard at work covering all of the homecoming things that Baylor University has. What's been your favorite thing so far that you've been able to cover on Baylor social media, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok? What is it?
I mean, yesterday was so much fun. Like, going around Fountain Mall, going to the Herd on 4th Street with the Fall Festival and seeing all the kids in their costumes. And that was so much fun, going up to them and, you know, wanting to take pictures of their costumes. And they're just, you know, making all the fun faces and all excited, and seeing the parents all excited. That's definitely been super fun. And then, honestly, I mean, the parade, just a homecoming day in general, you know, the parade, going to the football game, you know, seeing everybody tag us in photos, and seeing, you know, I'm so happy to be home, and seeing how enthusiastic they are when we respond, and just how excited everybody is. It's contagious, you know, because you're exhausted. You're exhausted going into everything, but it's hard to be super tired when everybody just has this amazing energy, so.
You know, it's hard to tell stories in TikTok in a few seconds, or even on Instagram, that time frame is getting shorter and shorter. Anything on the cutting room floor, you know, a story that you wanted to tell that, oh, this is so neat about homecoming that we weren't able to tell in our social media channels. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I wish we could, and we just don't. I mean, social media, like you said, it's just so fast, everybody. But I wish we could, like, sit down with every single person. Because, I mean, earlier I got here at like 6:20, and we were just walking around as people were filling in and talking to people, and everybody's just individual story of, like, you know, them telling us about their families who have been here, and then their friends who have been here, and just like all their individual uniqueness. I wish that we could just showcase that. Like everybody get their own Instagram post. I wish we could do it, just showcase everybody. So,
well, you definitely get creative with that, and I love what you just did recently. A lot of people will recognize you because you do they have you do some of the fun.
Oh yeah.
The fun, crazy ones. Last year, I remember you tried different kinds of coffee at all the coffee shops in Waco, and some you loved. Some
I vetoed that idea this
yeah.
year. I said, we will not be doing that again this year. Sorry, guys.
But one thing you did do that was really fun was, taking part in concerts and getting students excited about the Tucker Wet. I forgot to mention Tucker Wetmore earlier when we were listing concerts. Another rising country star that we are going to be able to say we saw him win.
You bet.
At Foster Pavilion. Was that just last week?
It
was
sure
just
was.
last week.
Yes.
And but I saw a video on Instagram with you, Julian, and it looked like you had you just played it straight, a poker face the whole time, holding a sign about a ticket giveaway if somebody would in fact, we could take a look at it right now, and this is how we saw Julian getting the Baylor student body excited about maybe getting a couple of tickets to go see Tucker Wetmore. Julian, we have a winner there. My favorite part about that was not only your straight face, which you told me you really didn't have a straight face.
Oh
through
yeah,
the whole
no,
thing.
that is shout out to Braden Murphy for editing out all of I'm laughing the whole time. I'm standing there, I'm trying to keep a straight face, but you're sitting in the middle of the business school, which is not for the weak. Social anxiety out the window, and everybody is just, standing by me, looking at me, taking photos of me, taking photos of the sign, calling their friends, and being like, oh my gosh, I need you to come right now, bring a cowboy hat and boots. And everyone's like, why am I bringing cowboy hat and boots to the business school, But he, he was sitting in the back of the business school, and he saw me, was eyeing me for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then finally went up to me and goes, I'll be back for you, I'm coming back. And then
and he did.
He left, he drove home, left his spot at the business school early in the morning, came back with his boots and his cowboy hat. So
he got his 2 tickets to see Tucker Wetmore.
Yeah.
But I think the best part was when he came running up, you could hear everybody in the atrium of the business school cheering. So that had to be just that's the fun part of being inside a building when you're doing something like that. But how exciting is that to be creative and try to find ways to for students to be able to experience all the fun and energy and excitement of a concert just right over there at Foster Pavilion.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the concerts are a new thing, and it's so much fun. And it really, working in social media, we're all creative and we all love, trying new things and being put to the test and, hey, go do this and have fun with it. And so, that was a trending thing on social media a while ago, and we were like, let's do it, how else to bring people to really engage and have fun with it. We did a couple of them, and, every time they did great, and people had a lot of fun. So it's really fun just to be able to go there and be like, oh, let's just have fun with it. If I'm out there for an hour in the business school and I'm standing there, I'll stand there for an hour and have people have fun,
Well, if you are a parent, you know how hard it is to get your child's attention. You even think about it in social media as well. It gets really tough.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Well, you do a great job, you and the social media team at Baylor. I'm a big fan of Instagram. That's the one I like to follow with Baylor University. You know, we're getting close to the end of our Baylor Homecoming Parade. It's coming up on 8:50, and we still have a couple of hours to go before the football game kicks off. We've got homecoming at the Herd that continues. The alumni tailgate, I think, Jason, that goes until 10:30 across the way on Touchdown Alley. So if you're a Baylor alumni or alumnus or alumna, and we know you are because you're back here in your green and gold, make sure you stop by the alumni tent. But also, as you make your way over to McLean Stadium, to stop in, if you haven't yet, at the Herd Welcome Center, because you will love to be able to quickly experience the Forever Down the Years exhibit on the first floor. It is just phenomenal.
Well, and Lori, as we're getting close to the end of the parade, let's recap our float winners. I've been part of Baylor family for 9 years now. The floats have gotten better and better and better every year. And just tremendous creativity, beauty, storytelling behind these floats. So incredible winners. Our first place float, which Julian got to see firsthand, was Pi Beta Phi and Phi Kappa Chi with A Tale as Old as Time, that good old Baylor line. Second place went to Lori.
Kappa Omega Tau with Palace of Joy.
And then we actually had a third place tie this year, which shows you the competition that existed there with the Alpha Tau Omega and Kappa Kappa Gamma with the Brazos River Cruise. And they tied with Delta 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 and Sigma Chi for Are We Home Yet? So incredible work by our students. Congratulations to the many hours upon hours that they put into the floats and helping Baylor homecoming come to life.
You know, when I look at the, some tie in their themes to what it's like at Baylor University, very nostalgic, and then sometimes there's the ties to our city of Waco and to what makes things special. And I think a lot of alumni who graduated several years ago, when they see Brazos River Cruise, they know exactly what you're talking about, because there used to be the Baylor, the Brazos River Queen, where Foster Pavilion is right now. That used to be one of a signature event and at Baylor, or in the city of Waco, to be able to hop on that Brazos River Queen and take a drive down the Brazos River. It's just one of those. It's a nod to Waco past. It's great to be able to tie it back into the city and Baylor today.
Well, it's the story of homecoming.
It is.
You know, people coming back and those memories that they have of Waco when they were here in school, the impact that our community, the university had on us as individuals. And that's what Baylor homecoming is all about. And we had an action-packed Baylor story here in a very fast-paced, short period of time today, for sure, Lori.
We sure did.
What an incredible parade, and just excellent parade weather as well.
Yeah, and we also want to thank everyone. You know, we want to thank President Livingstone and Shara Hines, Toby Barnett, Cheryl Gotchis, who joined us on set, and Julian and Jason being along the parade route, and then coming back up here on the big stage here, the main stage at Fountain Ball. We also want to thank the Sadie Joe Black Family Foundation for their support of this Baylor Homecoming Parade and the live stream. Thank you to Director Colin Witt and his team with Clever Guys Media, our executive producer extraordinaire in Randy Woodruff. We thank John Morris, the Chris Schinkel Award-winning voice of the Bears. Again, Jason and Julian on the parade route. Dr. Livingstone, Dr. Hines, Toby, and Cheryl. Very special thanks to the Baylor Homecoming Parade Chair, Cadence Childs, and her team, Cameron Sturkey, Catherine Willis, and Ellie Ford, just did a tremendous job with getting this parade together. And I hope they, after the football game, can go home and take a nice long nap. And we also are deeply grateful to those whose motto is anything for Baylor, and that is the Baylor Chamber of Commerce for an excellent homecoming experience that we have had. Now we just got to take it over to McLean Stadium, and Baylor and UCF kicking off at 11 o'clock today, and all I've got to say is sick 'em Bears, Jason and Julian. But we are completing our live stream here, but we're going to leave our viewers on the live stream with something very special today, and it's called an anthem, which means something special to us. When I remember going to church and my mother was in the choir, and she would have a solo in the anthem.
Yes.
And Baylor has an anthem as well that describes where we are right now under a new strategic plan, and in Baylor Indeeds and priorities and an upward trajectory under Baylor President Livingstone. Tell us a little bit about that, Jason.
Well, our strategic plan, Baylor Indeeds, is going to take us through 2030, and it's really charting the move that we make, but it's really an embodiment of our scripture that we focus on, Matthew 5:14 through 16, which talks about letting your light shine. But the last part of that passage, so that others may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. And so that anthem really captures what we are trying to do as an institution as we shine our light, but then serve others as well. So what a great way to leave everyone for Baylor Homecoming 2025.
Blessed are the catalysts, sparking invention from the unknown. Strong are the generous, taking up the call to serve the world. Needed are the peacemakers, seeking common ground for the common good. But don't worry, you can still be fierce on game days. The work you do is faith in action, fueled by the light burning inside you. The world needs who you were made to be. Dare to be you indeed.